Hi you guys, I am back with another video. So this video is called Throw Those Old Sheets Away. Throw those old sheets away. This video is going to be a little deep because of the revelation that God has given me. So anytime that you are in a relationship, of course, or getting busy, some people use the same sheets over and over and over and over again. They wash them and all that stuff, and sometimes people don't wash them. But they doesn't buy extra comfort sets and all of that to change the mood and change the settings and all of that other stuff. They stick with the same sheets. So as God began to ring this in my ear, throw away the old sheets, I'm like, okay, what is he applying to? What God's talking about now? Because I kept on hearing it. So he was reminding me about how people hold on to their exes, meaning they got pictures and stuff of them still on their Facebook page from 6 and 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. They're no longer married. They're no longer in a relationship with this person, and it is entwining with the timeline of where they are now. So if you are married to a person or you're in a relationship, they're going to question, like, why do you still have this picture of this person, of you and this person, as they should, because y'all are 6 or 7 years old, or y'all doesn't talk anymore. 9 times out of 10, they still messing with that person, whether you believe it or not, whether you care or not. Now, in most cases, they're not. But majority of the time, 99% of the time, they still have some type of feelings and they're lingering in old sheets. So God began to give me an acronym, real big on acronyms. I'm like, okay, I see what God is doing. So I'm going to flow through the acronym as I continue to talk. However, you got to get rid of the old sheets. You got to throw away the old sheets. You got to do away with the things that you're no longer interested in. You're no longer even talking to this person. Excuse me. You're no longer in proximity with this person. You probably ain't seen each other in years. But that doesn't mean that that person isn't reminiscing. If you flow with anything that I do, I delete everything. I don't keep nothing up. Baby, if you don't get it while it's up there, 9 times out of 10 you will see it again, but it will be in a different form, and it will be in a different sense. Here's why: because I am a refresher. I am a repairer. I like to refresh people's minds and memories about what it was that they saw before, and now they got to crave for it. I'm going somewhere. However, when a memory pops up on your Facebook page or whatever, that's showing you, oh, this was you during this time. This was you during this vacation. This was you doing whatever. So you're reminiscing about a past or something that is no longer there. You lived that moment. You said in that moment. You talked about that moment. You cried about that moment. You did all of those different things. And so that brings up old emotions that you thought you was healed from. Bring up old wounds that you thought you got rid of. Bring up old times that you thought that you would never cringe about. But then that means that you're not healed. Anyhow, I don't keep anything up. I leave it up. When the Holy Spirit say take it down, it's gone. You don't see it no more. Of course, I leave everything on my YouTube channel and all of that. But other stuff concerning social media at large, I delete everything and start all the way over, because you don't know the next move, or you don't know where I'm getting ready to come from. So when you are still laying on old sheets, what you are telling the devil, what you are telling your body, what you are telling your feelings is, I want to linger in this, because this person made love to me so bad on these sheets. I want to lay and remember everything that we did. I want to lay on these sheets because the cologne is still there. I ain't gonna never wash these sheets. I want to lay on these sheets because this person bought these sheets for us to have sex on, whatever the case may be. But God is requiring you to throw the sheets away. This is where I get into the acronym. So I'm like, all right, God, here we go. This is what sheet means. Standards, holding, eating, not evolving, but tearing you apart. Standards, holding, eating, but not evolving, but tearing you apart. So, you have a certain standards with your sheets. This is something, I talk about this with shifting in time all the time. Boy, I can't wait to shift. When a person thinking that they finna come get them some, or whatever, they think they finna make out, kiss on you, whatever, take the sheets off the bed. They ain't gonna lay on that bed. I'm telling you what I know. I ain't telling you something that I heard. I'm telling you something that I know. The first thing I'll say, you need to put some sheets on this bed. You need to fix your bed. I'm telling you, this stuff works. Because that person is not going to want to lay on that bare mattress. They need something to help soothe them, get in the motion, get in the mood. Accompany whatever it is that they came to accompany you for. So they hold a certain standards in the sheets. I talked about body counts as well with shifting the time. Do you know how many bodies been in that man's bed? You been in his bed too. But do you know how many bodies been on those sheets? Do you know how many bodies been on her sheets? It can go either way. And you just humping on this person and don't know that spirits, I'm telling you all this stuff is real. Spirits is lingering in these sheets. Demons, demonic gestures, all types of stuff. They probably masturbating on these sheets. They probably watching porn. They probably doing all these different things, and this stuff is lingering. And so if you pick up stuff like me in the spiritual realm, I'm telling you all, you're going to be a force. You go to somebody's house. You go to a man's house. Or whatever. You go, whatever. You chilling, whatever. And you say, it seems like you already been getting busy up in here. They'll be like, what? I'm telling you all, I am a force. Then they're going to be looking crazy. It seems like, it's some type of sexual tension in the air. Or it's something lingering up in here. But you got some old ex-pictures or what's going on up in here, yo. You're going to start picking that stuff up. And they're going to be like, I got to take this person home. I got to get rid of them. I remember, I think it was about, I don't know why God bring this back up. I think it's been about 3 or 4 months ago. And I had an open vision of a person. They was actually recording themselves. But I also had a dream. But I had an open vision of this person. And they was hanging out their car. They was recording themselves hanging out their car, just having fun and all that. But then the vision switched and it went into another scene. And I was confused about the scene. I'm like, God, well, what was that? But then I ended up having a dream. So I texted the person. I said, do you got a Snapchat? I'm bringing up something else too as well. Do you got a Snapchat? The person said, no, I ain't got no Snapchat. I said, okay. I left it alone. I don't have a Snapchat. But I know a few people that have a Snapchat. So I called the person. I was like, look, I need you to look up this person. And they were like, oh Lord, what happened? What you to dream about? As I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. I know that you got a Snapchat. I need you to search this person. Lo and behold, The person had a Snapchat. Now, they lied to me and said they didn't have a Snapchat. And so, when the person looked it up for me, that was like, they just snapped them and the person about 2 hours ago. Like, that type of stuff. So, it's things like that that allows you to see people for what they is and what they're going to be. The other thing, it came to pass, well, this happened about maybe a month ago, I believe, or a month or 2 months ago. I said, you got 2 Facebook pages, you know, God showing me you DMing some females, and I actually saw the message thread. I didn't tell the person that I saw the message thread or whatever. I didn't tell them what I saw them conversating about, but I saw a line of girls. It was like they was talking to so many girls, and the person sent a shocking face, but they never said that they had 2 Facebook pages. So now that I got a new page, I was led to go and look the person up. And guess what? They got 2 Facebook pages. Now, they didn't tell me that because they knew that I was spot on. So, I'm scrolling and I'm looking and I'm being nosy. The Holy Spirit telling me to go all the way back. I said, this Negro been lying and lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. And so, you got to throw the old sheets away, beautiful people. Because people are holding on to things, holding on to stuff that doesn't matter anymore. And they're lying about it. So you got to get you some new sheets. Go buy you a new comfort set. Spray that bed down with some Lysol or alcohol or something. Get all those spirits and things up out of your home. So, grace and peace to you all when God releases me. Again, I be sure to do the will of the Father. I pray that this have helped who it needs to reach. There is more videos on the way. Stick around because there's more fire to be released. Y'all be blessed.